What's up, sports freaks, and welcome to All Sports Media Team Presents Dubl Drbl episode 34. It is today made for Hoopin, and the reason for that is we have a guest today, a very special start time just for her. Very special start time of 12 o'clock right now, and you'll be able to watch this at 3 o'clock later today on youtube.com, All Sports Media Team. You got myself, Double R, Ricky Rodriguez. You got my partner, George Ochola, to the side. What's going on, George?
What's happening? What's happening, everyone? How's everyone doing?
We're chilling like a villain, brother. Yes, sir.
Solid
We got the
profiling.
Yeah, child profiling. I'm not Ric Flair, bro. I'm like 30 years younger. And then we got the Doc Shireen's down in the corner. How you doing, Doc? Love the hair. I'm feeling
it. Thank you. Excited to hear from Maiden.
That's right, likewise. And Maiden, you just said it right now. We got Miss Maiden Garcia. Welcome and thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. We've heard good things. I've heard good things. These guys actually know you. So I feel like I'm out of the loop a little bit here, but I'm also really excited to get to know you. I've seen some of your Instagrams. I've seen your little guy. I'm a single dad of a little guy myself. So I'm excited to hear those stories you got. But you've actually done some pretty cool things as well. You are educated. You got a business degree. You go to church a lot. You're really involved in your church, which I think is amazing. You've done overseas stuff. You've coached kids. You've modeled. You're an actress. Let's get into the life that is you, Miss Maiden Garcia. If you can just give us a little background. We usually start with just you giving background and we just bounce off of what you got and let's have some fun.
Okay. So definitely modeling was pre-Jaden. So pre-baby.
Jaden, why Jaden?
Pre-Jaden. But yeah, so I was born in the Philippines and I came out here when I was 4. I recently just turned into a U.S. citizen just last year.
Awesome. So, congrats. That's awesome.
So I voted.
Yeah.
So and I moved out here when I was 4. I then went to school. I went to Chatsworth High School, played basketball there. I got a full ride and then went to play at San Francisco State University. Okay. And then worked, I got my business marketing degree, worked at a marketing firm. And then from there, I started working in the marketing field. And yeah, and then right now I'm currently playing in semi-pro leagues and I love competing, such as, Women's Drew League and Basketball Beauties. And sometimes I pop up at X versus X and where I play with Dr. Shireen.
Okay. Cool, so, yeah.
Cool. And 24-Hour Fitness, where we met.
Okay, we'll get to those stories in a little bit for sure. Got to hear those. We've actually made in the 34 shows that we've done, we 90% of our guests have been what are called late bloomers. Would you consider yourself a late bloomer as a baller, or did you start early, or what's the story on that?
I actually started in high school. So,
okay.
Yeah. So I started in high school and it was hard because being short, you have to really work on your game. So really, I feel like the reason why I got my basketball scholarship was because, yeah, I understand that they say that talent beats hard work, but I don't know, because hard work got me a basketball scholarship. And I was just in the gym working on my game. And the greatest skill, my strength, I have to say, is my ball handling skill.
Okay, I saw that. I've seen those videos.
Yeah, I've seen those videos
cool.
Too. But yeah,
those are on your Insta, right?
Yes.
Okay, you guys got to check out at maiden.jen. You got to check those videos out. They're really cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in on there. But
no, it's okay.
Out there. Cool. Awesome. Okay. What made you want to do business? Like, were you always was that always your passion, or is it just something you fell into because of something else, or how did that work out?
That's so funny because I was just talking to my boyfriend about that yesterday, what my passion is in life. My passion really is acting. Like okay. I really want to get involved in acting again, because I used to act when I was little, when I was 10 years old, 11, 12. That was when I started really acting. I got some principal roles. I was gonna start working at Disney, but then my mom pulled me out and was like, yeah, you're never in school. You're always just homeschooling. And there's always trailers where there's teachers inside the trailers that are teaching us during our break when we're on set. So I was never in school. So she decided to pull me out. And that's when I stepped away with my passion in acting and started, getting introduced to the game of basketball. And that's when I realized, like, hey, basketball is my passion now. So I did that. And now all of a sudden, I was like, you know what? I graduated degree. I'm short. How am I gonna get paid for basketball? I'm a late bloomer. There's people out here who's 6'3" who started at the age of 3. So it's just like, let's be realistic. Like basketball is not gonna pay the bills for me. So I then got into business marketing I worked at a lending company, and then from lending company, I then worked at a private bank in Beverly Hills called First Republic Bank. So now I was a mortgage loan officer, got into that. But then all of a sudden I seen Basketball Beauties post an audition. So I decided to go to an audition, and it was for a Disney TV show as a basketball player. So
Cool.
I completely what I did was quit my banking job and decided to, be full-time in that show.
Okay.
So,
Has
yeah.
the show aired already, or is this something you're not allowed to talk
It's
about yet?
going to air in April.
Okay, and it's Disney, so I know you can't talk about it. I used to work at Disney for years, so I
Yeah.
hear you.
I think I know what she's talking about.
Well, it's like I can like tell you that it's just about a basketball TV show with girls high school, and they have drama on and off the court.
Of course. Okay, so it's like a real life thing. That's cool. I like that. I like that. Okay, so you done the business thing. You did you said model was pre-Jaden. What kind of modeling did you do?
Well, so with modeling, I did like fitness gear. So
Okay.
my friends' clothing lines, I always like did that. And I also did prints. And so like I also did music videos back when I was in San
Cool.
Francisco. So, but we don't talk about that.
We're not allowed to talk about those. Okay, well that kills out my next question. Okay. That's fun though. That's still cool though. Awesome. Yeah, we had a couple guys. Was it Deja was in a music
Deja
video.
vu.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
in a video.
Oh my gosh, I love her. That's my girl.
Yeah, she's awesome. We were talking to her about that the other. Okay, that's so cool. You don't have to talk about it. It's all good. We don't make anybody.
We understand
They
that.
don't have to. It's all good.
Yeah.
You're okay. Obviously, before we get in your mom life, you're involved in your church. I noticed you're very involved in your church. What are the type of things that you do at your church? We're very big on any type of, God and spirit. We're very spiritual here. So if you can just share maybe a little piece of what you're all about with your church, that'd be awesome to hear.
So I actually go to like Bible studies, and I recently just started talking at a virtual conference. It was about like 1,000 people all over the nation to talk about my testimony and being a single mom and me almost going through an abortion and not having my son. So I did that. I was like a guest speaker. But most of the time we're doing Bible studies in household. So yeah, just talking about Jesus and worshiping. But every Saturday or every Sunday I go to church with my boyfriend at Shepherd of the Hills. It's like,
Hey.
do you know that?
Yeah.
Is that the one off Porter Ranch?
Yeah, it's like the #1 church in like SoCal, or like it's really big. It's like auditorium, but yeah,
Drive past it every single time after work.
it's
huge. We always sit next to the interpreter so we can sharpen our sign language skills.
Very smart.
Isn't it a great church?
I love it. Yeah.
I'll have to check it out someday.
Yeah.
Field trip to the church. I love it. Okay, I love the fact that you did the virtual thing and the fact that you did share your testimony, because there's so many young women out there that are forced to get abortions, and then they have to deal with the fact that they got the abortion, and they have to deal with the emotional trauma that comes with that. Or on the flip side, they have the baby, but the parents want nothing to do with them. The dad wants nothing to do with them. That's awesome that you shared that story, that you're still with your son. You got your boyfriend now. You're doing as good as you are, and yet you're still doing business. You're still balling. You're still doing your thing. So you're showing people that it is possible to get a positive outcome, even if you are being, you're a young mom. So I applaud you for that. That's awesome.
Yeah, Dr. Shireen knows how hard it is to be a mom.
Yeah, she does. We've heard her story too. We interviewed her on our sixth or seventh show, I believe it was. It was just
I see
very
that.
accidental, by the way. I remember that though. It was a lot of fun. You were at the park. Okay, cool. So you're very family orientated. You talk about Jaden is his name, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Let's talk about little Jaden. You know, how you said how old is he? You were talking about it earlier.
He's 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Is it going to be a future
That's a fun
basketball player?
age.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Of course
I
he
hope
is.
so.
Come on, George.
If he doesn't want to be, there's like a near adoption center. I was kidding.
Oh, damn.
Yes. That is awesome.
I'm just
Hey, so she's that mom. Okay.
That's great. Oh, man.
No, I'm pretty sure your son is
won't
going to
know.
make it to the NBA.
There you go.
It's whatever that makes him happy.
Absolutely.
Deep down, I'm just so hurt.
It's hilarious. So well, you don't have to push him, but you could show him, you know, like my son, he's not huge on sports, but he's an amazing singer. He loves to dance. I don't know where he got it from. I can't dance to save my life, but he loves to dance. He loves to sing. So he's acted, you know, so I can see him going maybe in that route, you know, but actually he's played sports before just to try it out, you know, and if he likes it, he likes it. If he doesn't, then you move on to something else. Okay. I got to ask you, my son skipped terrible twos. He didn't have terrible twos. He had treacherous threes. Do you ever get that or never had it, or was it just terrible twos for you?
I'm on the same page with you. He
Right?
He has Tetris 3.
Treacherous
Is
threes,
that
yeah.
what That's my first time hearing. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. He's just, oh my gosh. He's more active now. I mean, he's very talkative. So yeah. I did not have terrible twos. I did not experience that.
I didn't either. I skipped over it. And now they're starting to talk and they're going to chit chat. They're going to want to ask you literally everything and anything. And mine's 9 now. So just wait till they really start asking you those random out of the blue questions.
Oh
They're
my
going to be chopping
It's
it
fun
up.
though. It's fun. It's fun, right, Doc? I mean, at times, you know, it can be fun.
Yeah, we were just texting. Me and Doc were just talking about how time flies. So.
Right.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, Mariah's about to be 18 years old, graduating from high school. Like, she was just like 4 the other day.
That's insane.
Oh gosh.
That's insane.
Prom
Okay.
year.
What was that, mom year?
I said prom year.
Oh, prom year. I'm like,
But
wait.
For her. Well, because of COVID. Virtual prom.
Hey. Be positive.
No graduation, no prom. Like, these poor kids, they work their whole lives for like this. Like, oh, I'm gonna have prom one day. I'm gonna have this cool graduation, and then they get a drive-through graduation now.
Right? It's insane. I know. It's true. That's exactly what it is. It is.
Yeah, my brother had to go through that.
Yeah. And then even the little ones, like mine's in 4th grade, and it's just I couldn't fathom going through what they're going through. And it's hard because like you get told, hey, you gotta pay attention, make sure you do your work, make sure you do this. But on the other side of you is like, why are we even doing this? Like, you know, this makes no sense. And like my district, they're still online. There's some districts in the OC that are actually in person, but ours is still online, and is with the glitches and the freezing and the homework disappeared. It just drives me up the wall, you know, and as a parent, it just drives me crazy. So I can't wait till we're out of this madness. Speaking of out, you're very outgoing. I've seen a lot of pictures where you and the fam have just gone out, you know, like to the snow or gone and just had fun and done stuff. What are some cool adventures that you like to do? That you enjoy doing? Like with the
I just say like what's like a hobby of mine.
Yeah, or like stuff you do with little man that you like to go do.
Before COVID, pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID.
I would love to take Jaden to like indoor playgrounds.
Okay.
So he loves Chuck E. Cheese. He loves like there's a huge indoor playground out near Granada Hills. It's called My Little Town. So I enjoy doing that. And on my spare time, my me time, I love being outdoors, like going to the beach and go hiking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go hiking with me and Jen. We go every Sunday.
There's your invite. We got our first connection. There it is. There's your invite.
I'll let her know to tap you in.
There you go. See, good job. Even with COVID right now, I mean, it's slowly, very like sloth pace, slowly allowing us to go outside, allowing us. The restaurants just opened up outside, at least down in my area, in the LA County area. But you still can't eat inside. But you know, like you said, go hiking, go to the beach. That's never gonna get stopped, which is good. You know, you just want to go take a walk. You want to go ride rollerblades, bike, whatever it is. Take a little man in the stroller, whatever. You know, that's still out there. So that's always a good thing. You also went overseas before. Can you talk to us about that? Or you did the overseas combine, I believe it was.
Yeah, so with overseas, it it was really fun because I was it was like a junior USA
Oh,
team,
cool.
and I got invited in my sophomore year. I think it was my sophomore year in high school, and they invited me to go play in Switzerland,
Oh,
and
cool.
I got picked, and so I got picked in California. So there's a player in California, there's a player in different states
Okay.
that they pick. So I got picked in the state of California. And it was a fun experience. Oh my gosh. Michael Lancaster, have you guys heard of him? He's like a huge NBA skills trainer. So
Okay.
they flew us all out. We all like had a meeting, and I got to meet everyone from different states. So we all met at Georgia,
Okay.
and that's when we started training for our game against the Europeans in Switzerland. It was so much fun, like as a high school player. So I was like
Wow.
17, 16, like 15 years old, like traveling by
Nuts.
myself.
Amazing. Oh
That's
my goodness.
so
like,
cool,
What did your
though.
mom say?
my mom was like completely okay because we were such a huge group,
Mhm.
and there was like chaperones, like people's moms can come, but my mom, she was just so busy with her business, so she was like, you know what, do it. I trust these people. They're a big organization who's like very trustworthy. So like we trained at Georgia at a huge facility. Then we all flew together to Switzerland, played against the Europeans. It was so cool. We were all in the cafeteria, the USA, and then the Europeans over there. And then they just didn't like Americans. So they were like, they would throw us food.
No.
And we're just like,
What?
what? The hotels we stayed in, they didn't believe in AC. The food was
Wow.
different. It was so funny. There's this story. So I don't know what the drinking age was.
Is there drinking age there? It's like 12 or something. Yeah.
I have no idea. So like we bought chocolate. We're here, like the groups, the parents were over there, we're shopping around, and they're like, okay, stay close, you guys, don't go far away. We're like, me and my teammate was like, hey, yo, there's a chocolate store, let's go to the chocolate store. So we're like, oh my gosh, okay, let's go to the chocolate store. We're going to the chocolate store. We're eating in the bus before our game. I was like, oh, this chocolate's pretty good. Then we realized, like, the parents was like, what are you guys eating? And we're like,
Oh, no.
chocolate. And they're like, there's alcohol in this chocolate. I was like, you feel it? I was like, no way.
Oh my God.
Like, well, we have a game right now. And it was just like crazy.
Oh my God.
Everyone on the bus were like eating chocolate. And I don't know what the drinking age was because they definitely sold it to us.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they were like, here, like, did not tell us there was alcohol in those chocolates.
Wow.
So we had a game. We were tripping out because the key is wider out. So it's just like all the rules are different. Like, I don't know. It was so long ago, like the key, I don't know. I think it's longer than 3 seconds in the key.
Okay.
But yeah, and then Shannon Brown back then, he was really big, so he came and coached our team.
Okay.
So
former Laker.
yeah, so that was my experience in Switzerland. And then I remember, like, I sprained my ankle really bad. Switzerland flight is so long that they say that if you're, your ankles, or you get swollen when you're high up in the air. So my ankle was so swollen already that it looked like ankles, like when I was up in the flight. So I was in so much pain going back home because I sprained my ankle. You get what I mean? It's just like your ankle gets swollen. So but that was my experience overseas. And then like with the overseas combine, I was just asked to like be a basketball coach and like put people in. This was like 4 months ago. I just got asked as a volunteer to like put people in the game as a coach. So yeah. But other than that, that was my overseas experience. I think that has to be the best basketball experience I've ever had in my whole entire life because it was just amazing.
That sounds freaking awesome.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah,
You gotta go try that special thing,
definitely okay? 14. I don't know. We all sneaked out of the hotel.
That does sound like you.
Our whole like the men's USA or the boys USA and the girls USA, we all sneaked out to go to this European party. And my gosh, everybody was drinking at the age of 15 or 16. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And like the police are totally fine with it.
Yeah, I don't think they have the really high drinking age at all over there. From what I heard, it was like 12 or something.
No.
Like that. That's crazy. It's so crazy to see the different types of mentalities, the different types of like what's acceptances in their society compared to our society. You know, like can you imagine a 12-year-old, 15-year-old walking into a bar down here? It'd be freaking headline news, you know?
Never happens here in LA.
Yes, I would. Yeah, I will whoop Jaden's butt.
Good mom, good job.
Give those syllable spankings. You don't do that.
You're enjoying that way too much, bro. You're kind of scaring me. All right.
No, it's just funny.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we're gonna jump from being super happy to a little somber moment, which hopefully won't be too somber for too long. We did just pass the anniversary of Kobe and Gigi. I believe on the 26th, so it was a Tuesday, I believe it was. So rest in peace to them. You went to you coached at the Mamba Sports Academy, or how did that work? Mm-hmm. Okay, no. So what's the deal with that?
I actually haven't coached at Mamba Sports Academy. What I did was actually trained at Mamba Sports Academy.
Okay.
Like a couple weeks after Kobe died, and it was just such a sad experience walking in Mamba's. This was before they actually took out the Mamba name in the sports academy. It was so sad because, like, you know, my friend Nikki, she was the one who coached at Mamba Sports Academy. So, like, she was giving me the tour of everything. And we were in court number 2, I believe, court number 2 or court number 4. And she was like, this is the court that Gigi loves to play on. Like,
wow. That's
like,
surreal.
I just started bawling, like, because it was only a couple of weeks, and then when I was like training and I was on the shooting machine at Mamba Sports Academy, I was just crying because I was like, I wonder how many threes like Gigi really scored.
Right.
Like I'm actually like me being as a fan, like I wonder how many threes she like made, and just like I wonder, and I'm sitting down putting on my shoes, so I'm like, I wonder if Gigi ever sat on this chair, like, you know, just like, it was so sad.
Surreal.
Because it was only a couple weeks, and then when I was walking to Mamba Sports Academy, there were still so many flowers laid out, and jerseys and posters and candles. Wow. So it was a very sad experience. I think that was like a workout that I really worked my butt on, like the hardest workout. Like I was so present. Because I remember when Kobe says, you know, it doesn't matter how many hours you're in practice, it's just how many hours you're mentally there.
Absolutely.
You're mentally present. And that day I was definitely present mentally.
Wow.
Emotionally, physically. So yeah.
That's insane. I mean, when I first did this research, I thought that you were a coach. I was going to jump into something else, but now I'm just like, wow. I'm in emotional awe right now because I'm trying to picture how you felt walking up to that door, how you felt seeing those flowers. And then when you finally got on the court, you're like, Kobe was here, Gigi was here. Like, did that affect, I mean, you were just working out, you said, right? But that would still affect your psyche. That would really mess with you.
Yeah, because it was only like a week or a week and a half, like later after he passed away. So it was really a sad experience. Like you could tell like just the environment, like walking in, it was just so sad. Like all the workers and all the people training there was just quiet. It was quiet. Nobody was talking. The workers was just like, hi, like just very sad. And like, it was just like, usually they're like, hello, welcome to Mamba Sports.
So crazy.
but it's just like, hello.
I can only imagine. I work at Angel Stadium also, and when Tyler Skaggs died, it was the same way. Or when Nick Aidenhart died, it was just and then they threw a no-hitter like our first home game back after he died, and just everybody was crying, like ushers and fans and coach, everybody was crying. It was insane. So I can only imagine what you went through.
Yeah, and I really think that like Gigi was God taking Gigi as well, because he knows that she won't be able to live without Kobe.
That's what I was thinking too. That's exactly what I was thinking. You talked about Gigi and her 3-point shot. You got a pretty good 3-point shot yourself from what I've seen. You also played in the Women's Drew. Can you talk a little bit about that?
That was the Women's Drew League. That's like the hardest league I've ever played in.
That's what everybody says. Okay.
It was very competitive, and everyone was just so tall. Just kidding.
That's the main thing.
But you're one of the fastest guards there.
Yeah, you just really got to be fast, and you have to be strong, and you have to be able to protect the ball and be able to handle pressure.
Yeah, I bet.
Because they do not play. And Coach Don was actually my coach. Oh, I loved.
Shout out to Coach Don.
Playing under him. He was so positive. He was a quiet person, but once he starts speaking, that's when it just wow, that hit me right here. Yeah. So but it was fun. Coach Don, we were okay, let's just say we were last place on the team, like like in the league, like we were the last place team. Everyone was just, once they like says, oh, we're playing Space Jam, because that was our team. Oh, that's an easy dub. Like, oh, that's an easy win, right? But we ended up making it to the semi-playoffs.
Heck yeah, there you go.
And then we end up semi-playoffs. We end up playing them, and we were winning. Like, we were gonna win, but then I think we fouled someone and we lost because of free throws. But yeah, we just came back. So like playoff seasons, we came back and was just like, you know what, we need to start winning games.
There you go.
And we did, but we fell short.
It happens. It happens, right? Coach Dawn, she just brought you up talking about how good of a coach you were, how you affected her. How did she affect you as her being a player and you coaching her? Did she teach you anything or anything you saw?
Well, yeah, first, speaking of what, I'm calling her Jen. I don't know.
Sorry, man.
It's just gonna come out. I apologize to her already, but yeah, we had a whole lot of drama. The first couple, a whole lot of drama. For various reasons, and then so we got off to a rough start and tried to work in new girls, but towards the end of the season is when we started clicking, and we lost to the best team in the league. T stole it from us.
And we had it on the show.
It was a great season, but with Jen, I was thinking as she was speaking and the interview was going on, like who I would compare her to. And she kind of plays like the role, at least for our team, she played the role like Caruso plays with the Lakers.
Okay.
And
Dennis the Menace.
Bench with the energy, making all the right basketball plays, and not complaining about playing time, which a lot of the girls did on our team. And to her defense, she's probably the one that could have complained the most because she deserved more time. Every time we were down, we put her in, and she sparked, especially on the defensive side, she pressured the girls full court, and definitely, like, she probably had the highest plus minus on her team. So she definitely deserved to get more playing time, but she never complained. She cheered the whole time on the bench, and when she got in, she was a bulldog on defense. We all had to like really try to convince her to shoot more because she was unselfish a little too much, I think. But once she shot, her mid range is crazy, so crazy good. It's kind of like T. So yeah, she's definitely a smart player and definitely a better teammate. And as you can see, like she says she's shy, but she ain't. She ain't no shy. That's crazy. Until she starts talking, then it's just going. But she's definitely a person that every coach would love to play, to coach against, coach with, not coach against. And every female hooper should be wanting to play with her. She's a great teammate.
There you go.
Someone's cutting onions. Someone's cutting onions.
All right.
All right. But talking about Shepherd Church, it's Shepherd Church, not Shepherd of the Hills. They changed the name, y'all. But Pastor Dudley is amazing, and he's pro sports with evangelism, which I really love. And Josh Merrill, so Doc and Jen, you guys should get connected with their sports ministry, because Josh is the head of sports ministry there, and he's one of my mentors. And he's an amazing dude. So if you guys live close to there, you definitely need to get involved in their ministry.
It's so funny you mentioned that, because I met my boyfriend through Shepherd Jim. He's one of the sports director there in the sports ministry. And Pastor Dudley, the senior pastor at Shepherd Church, was my high school basketball coach.
No way.
Nice.
Whoa.
Small world.
So yeah, and then
Real smart.
so I had to get 2 security clearance to go talk to him, and he was just like, oh my gosh, he calls me Jen.
Okay.
And then so he was just like, oh my gosh, Jen, how are you? So yeah, I finally connected with him. So it's so funny you mentioned that. But yeah.
And their gym is amazing. It's so dope.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
I think it's the NBA court. It's an NBA court, no? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So the Holiday brothers go there. The professor goes there. So there's a lot of hoopers that hoop there, and go to Edmonton Church there when they're in town.
Yeah, it's
So
great.
definitely basketball dominant.
Cool. All right. Shepherd's getting some serious exposure here. I love it. Okay. So I've stole a lot of the time. I want to give these guys a little bit of time now. We're gonna let Doc talk a little bit. Doc, you're already, Maiden Jen, whoever you want to call her. I'm gonna call her Maiden. You've played with her, I believe. Can you just tell me what it's like to know her, what it's like to play against her, and then whatever questions you have?
So we actually didn't play together very much. So
we met at 24.
Oh,
And we
24.
played
at 24. They needed a player for. I already played in the Loop, but I wasn't playing in the girls' league in that season. I was playing in the men's 35 and over.
we played together, Shireen. We played together at the Loop.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So you guys needed a player. We met at 24 playing, and then you were like, hey, we need somebody. Can you come? So I came and I played on your guys' team. And then, because at that time I was playing on the 35 and over team, and I had a game, like your game was like right after my 35 and over men's team. And so that I played with you guys right after that. So that was really cool. That was fun. That was the first time that I met Cookie too. And then we did a clinic for Nikki, one of Nikki's clinics. I came and spoke about like ACL and stuff like that for the girls. But you were actually working the clinic with Nikki and doing that. So maybe let's talk a little bit more about the clinics that you do, because that's really important and really cool for the girls.
Okay. So I'm also a basketball coach. I coach for the LA Clippers youth basketball.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Oh, wow. Nice.
I love doing that. I love being around kids. You got to have a lot of patience for sure.
Yeah.
But it's so much fun because they're so funny. I remember this. Can I say sorry? It's like a quick story.
Go ahead.
So like one of the girls. Sorry, what was that?
It's your show.
Oh, okay. It was so funny. It was like, these kids are so funny. So it's just like, hey, do you want to jump on or do you want to sit this one out? She wasn't very skilled to be playing with the other girls. Like, I have confidence that you could take this girl, but it's up to you. Do you feel comfortable? And she was like, well, my mom paid a lot of money for me to be here. So I'm gonna try it out. I'm like, I started laughing.
So logical.
Yeah. She was like, so I'm going to get my money's worth.
There you go.
I was like, go ahead, girl. But these kids have a lot of confidence, and I really enjoy like coaching them. So LA Clippers, their youth team is actually, it's a really big organization, and there are times where like I wouldn't know it would be like LA Clippers alumni that would come and speak.
Cool.
And I thought they would just be one of the coaches just like me, but they started talking. They're like, yeah, so I played at the LA Clippers team, and I was like, oh, this whole time I thought you were just a coach. But it's cool. It's a great experience. They had to like, you know, we had a lot of camps pre-COVID, but then they had to cancel all of that, so it would be virtual, and that was really cool, like working with the LA Clippers. And now I do camps with Nikki, my friend Nikki, and I also like volunteer at Shepherd Church to coach in their sports ministry.
There you go.
I should actually stop by there because I always drive by there every single day.
You should. Yeah. Maybe you should, sir. All right, George, what do you got?
Oh, my question? So, okay. I actually got 2 questions.
Oh my God, mark this day down. I'm
kidding.
I'm kidding.
Really, Ricky?
I'm kidding. Jeez.
I know. So my first question is, if you had one, I don't know, like throughout your lifetime, like what is your favorite basketball movie and why? And what message did you get from it? And then my second question is, what is your one shining moment playing in the Drew League and playing in the Basketball Beauties League?
Okay, cool. Well, this is like every female hooper's favorite basketball movie. Love and Basketball.
I knew it.
I mean, like, who doesn't
want a hooper?
Right.
Exactly.
And it's Love and Basketball. It's a very like women empowerment type movie. It was women empowerment. So that taught me, like, growing up, I only played with boys. That's the only reason why I got better. That's the reason why I was able to get a scholarship. Honestly, I believe, because like as a late bloomer, you have to be strong. Like you have to really like expand your game in the next level. So it was just guys. Like I never really had friends who were girls. Like I never had girlfriends at all. Like in my head, I was like, that's too much drama. I'm just here to hoop. So I grew up playing against guys. So Love and Basketball really was like I would watch it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is me. Like, you know, girls can't play no ball. Like, yes, we can.
Right.
But yeah, so that's a woman empowerment movie that I really like, because girls can play just the same as men.
Absolutely.
And,
if not better.
And Basketball Beauties and Women's Drew League. I think Women's Drew League was when we like actually made it to playoffs, and then we were all excited and we were all celebrating, because it's just like, wow, we made it to the playoffs. Like we were the underdog and we made it this far.
And that, yeah. Oh no, I my bad. Sorry to cut you off. I actually was there and you guys were coming back. I'm like, hey, this could be an upset game, but you know, you guys just missed a lot of shots, and I mean, you guys were the better team at the end, though.
Yeah, it was really fun, like, and actually realizing like, wow, like we actually came back from this league. Like I'm telling you, like everybody was like, okay, we're getting into it. Like we were the underdogs. But Basketball Beauties, I was just talking to Cookie about this. So we, because Cookie's actually the basketball commissioner for Basketball Beauties. And so I was talking to her about this, like how, you know, my biggest memory playing at Basketball Beauties was when I got MVP. And then with a great team. Like we were playing against a great team, and I got MVP, got interviewed and everything. And the reason why, like, I was just like, oh, I got MVP. And what really made me happy was because it was actually my first time getting back to being in basketball shape after having my son. So it was just like, wow, like I could still hoop even though I had a kid. And it was just like, it like made me so sad because I was like, wow, I could actually like keep up. And even though I was way bigger back then, way bigger, but I was just like, oh my gosh, let me start playing basketball again. Because when I gained so much weight from having my son, I completely like wanted to give up basketball. It was just like, I felt so insecure with my body, and I was just like postpartum stress and like postpartum depression. I was just like, yeah, like I was so depressed, like with how my body looks. So I was like, you know what? I threw away all my basketball clothes. I was like, you know what? I don't want to play basketball anymore. Like this is terrible for what? Like I'm too big to be running down the court. But then I was like, let me join Basketball Beauties. And so I did that and I got MVP, and I was just like, basketball's still gonna live, like I'm still gonna keep playing. Like, so I went to Ross or Marshalls and got a bunch of basketball clothes. So yeah.
So with that said, for the young female athletes out there that do get pregnant and then do have a child, what advice can you give them about trying? You can't avoid postpartum depression. You know, a lot, most women I know have had it. What's a good way to either come out of it or deal with it?
Dr. Shireen, did you ever had postpartum depression?
So with Mariah, I did not, because the first trimester, I lost so much weight because I had really bad morning sickness. I didn't end up gaining a lot of weight with Mariah. But with Christina, she was like, which is still like her personality, like she was ravenously hungry and wanted her food like right now, like the entire pregnancy, you know, like she's a very fiery type of personality. So it still is. And I gained 65 pounds. So I was almost 200 pounds when, when I gave birth to Christina. And then I still looked like 6 months pregnant after I gave birth. Like I was big and I was not used to being that weight. I was not like, it was, I just felt like so unhealthy. So yeah, I did experience some postpartum depression with Christina. And it was a little different, you know, it was a little bit of a different feeling. And I didn't play basketball for a while either, because it was just like it didn't feel right, you know? So, but the moment that I started, I went to Costco and I spent like all my money on this elliptical machine, right? And I put it in my bedroom, and I would just do like a little bit, just like something to just like get me going, like 5-10 minutes a day. And then I started noticing like that was improving my mood. I would do it like first thing in the morning when I woke up. That was improving my mood. That was giving me a little bit more like determination or like motivation to do stuff throughout the day and all of that. And so I just kept doing that. And it took me like 7 months to get all the weight off. Yeah. But after that, I was so much stronger and better. And then I realized that's when I started like thinking about the way that like sugar or like our bodies affect our mood, and how like emotional or mental disturbances or issues are so tied to our bodies physically. And so that's when my mind started going down all this road to like becoming a doctor, you know?
That's cool. That's
yeah.
Cool. All right. So it can be done. You can get out of it. Just
what did you do to like get yourself back on track? Is it because you just started playing basketball again? So like you started feeling better?
Well, like I remember there's a memory in my postpartum depression that really like was like a wake up call. It was a wake up call because I was like holding him and no sleep, you know, no sleep at all.
Yeah.
So I feel like I didn't sleep for 2 days and like 2-3 days. And I just was so like I was holding Jaden and I wanted to like throw him like as a newborn. Like I was like, I can't do this anymore. So like my sister walked in and was like, let me have the baby. Go sleep. And I was just going crazy because it's just like postpartum depression is a real thing.
Yeah.
And then I was just crying and crying and crying because I was like, oh my gosh, I was like yelling at my baby and I was gonna really throw him like on the bed or like just like
Yeah.
like I don't want to do this anymore. But postpartum depression is a real thing, and I feel like there are a lot of women out there who really experience it really bad as well. And
Yeah.
it's hard to get through it, but that woke me up and was like, wow, I need to like really figure out what would help me mentally. And I think it would be like working out. So I decided to just walk and run. I started walking and then I started running and I started like, you know, doing home workouts. And that's when I finally had the confidence to like join Basketball Beauties.
There you go.
That's awesome. Yeah, I actually that's really huge for people to need to hear. Like that's something that I talk to a lot of my patients about too, because I get a lot of people with suffering from depression, and especially during this time where they're thinking different ways than they've ever thought before, and in a negative way, right? And so think about it, like we're sitting all day, like just putting your body into a certain position, which is the position of motherhood, really. If you think about it, you're holding your baby, so you're always like this, like closed up, looking down, right? So just being in that position sends signals to your brain saying, okay, we have to be in a protective mode, like we have to be like in survival mode. And then you don't go outside that much. You're kind of just like not really like working out so much. You're not sleeping, like that's like the biggest thing. So you're never getting like a repair in your brain and in your body because we don't sleep, right? So it's like all of those factors are a lot of what people are going through during this time of COVID too. And it's just like, and then you don't even get darkness because you have to be like feeding the baby and changing the baby. So like even throughout the night, you don't even get like dark all the time. Like you get like short spurts. So the biggest thing that I like to tell people, and if anybody is listening right now that has gone through this or experienced this or might experience this, know that it's like, there's nothing wrong with you or your brain. There's nothing wrong with you. Like your brain is reacting properly to these signals and stimulus that it's receiving. So the messages that the brain is receiving, it is commanding the body and the mind to react appropriately. So what we have to do is, you know, shift our perspective and our environment and shift our daily habits and everything so that we can give the brain different signals. And vitamin D is like one of the hugest things. And what do people do right now? Stay indoors. What do people do when they have a baby? Stay indoors, you know? So it's like hardly ever getting any sun. So all of that is like super important to know that it's not like what's wrong with me, like I'm broken or something's wrong with me or I have an illness or whatever. It's just the brain is operating in the mode that it is put in by the stimulus or the activities that it's receiving. And that's it.
Yep. So from what you guys are saying, it sounds like, from what I'm getting, you want to humble yourself when you need to. If you have a sister, you know, brother, someone, a mom, anybody who wants to help you, even for an hour, 2 hours, to let you get that rest, take advantage of that, and then take baby steps to go back to what it is that you love. Like you said, you started running again, you started walking again, you started doing that. And then Doc, you said you need to go out, take the baby in the stroller, even if it's my neighbor, she does it all the time. Like, you know, maybe 15 minutes, going in, come back out 2 hours later, do it again. You know, even if it's just up and down the street, just little things like that. So thank you, Doc. Thank you, Maiden, for just putting that out there, because there's going to be a lot of young moms that are going to be watching this, and you guys may have taught them something or helped them get out of their depression. You never know. So I always say that God puts certain people with you for a certain reason. I feel, Maiden, you're on this show right here at this moment to do this with Doc and put this out there, and you guys might be changing some lives. You never even know. We always do this somehow. We always get really deep somehow in our show, but we do have fun times, Maiden, I promise. And I want to get into those questions if you have a little extra time. It's 12:55 now. Coolio. We ask everybody these questions. Excuse me. If you had a dream opponent, it could be WNBA, NBA, or both, just a one-on-one, you and someone else, who would it be and why?
Who's certainly alive right now. I want to try MJ, Michael Jordan.
What?
Ooh, 6'6"
I
from
will,
North Carolina.
I will not score, but that's fine. I will get ripped. I will get blocked. But yeah, like, oh my gosh, growing up, he was like my favorite player in the whole world. When The Last Dance came out, I was
Good.
so like, oh my gosh, I was in complete awe.
Mm-hmm.
I just love him as a player. So I would do Michael Jordan.
All right, I like it. I'm feeling it. I love it.
Yeah.
I would take Michael B. Jordan too anytime.
Oh, shots fired! Shots fired!
Half of the women in the world. Of course.
You heard that, Michael B. Jordan?
Oh my gosh! Okay.
We're gonna tag him on that. We're
we're gonna spam him.
Totally tagging him. I'm totally tagging him.
If you're listening,
I'm like Maiden out here roasting you.
My number is A1.
We gotta be careful doing that one.
For real.
You actually mentioned that you love Michael Jordan, which is amazing, both of them. But the basketball Michael Jordan, I wasn't going to talk about this because we got really deep after talking about the movie.
Jeffrey Jordan.
But now I got to jump in. I have to mention it. How do you feel about Space Jam 2 coming out?
I'm actually very, 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 very excited because my friends are in the.
We're going to interview her in a couple of weeks.
Black Italian.
Yeah,
Black Italian was my teammate. Cookie is my best friend, and I have Rex and Tammy, who I did a T-Mobile commercial with.
Okay.
They're in the movie, so I'm excited because cool. I get to watch my friends.
Okay, cool.
So
cool.
I'm excited.
I like it. On another note, though, from our age era, I always ask this as well. Do you feel that Space Jam is coming out a little too late? Should they have come out like 10 years ago with like Kobe or someone else in the main role? Or do you feel this is still going to be okay? Without being biased that you have friends in the movie.
Yeah. I think picking LeBron is great. Like LeBron's an amazing player. And from him getting picked, being in comparison to Michael Jordan, I think he has the same mindset. He's a beast. He's a beast on the court. And when I watch him on YouTube during his practices, like he's wow, like he really goes hard and he goes after it. And I think picking him was a great choice. Also, what's it called? Their delay, I feel like it's understandable because they have to meet the standards. They have to meet, like, being Space Jam, a great movie. So their delay in it is they're trying to make a perfect sequel. So
okay,
it's cool. Understandable.
Yeah, I heard about it, that it was coming out a couple years ago.
The hype of Space Jam 2, like it'll be a complete upset if it wasn't a great, it wasn't a great movie. So,
it's gonna be cool.
It's understandable.
If you go into it, what movie was it? I think it was the Power Rangers movie for me. I went into the new Power Rangers movie. I'm like, okay, I can't think of it as being the original, the one that totally was awesome, totally killed it when I was a teenager. I go in to see this new one. I'm expecting, JDF, Jason David Frank, and Walter Jones. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be awesome. And I'm like, okay, no, it's a new approach. It had this really big Hollywood feel, like it was a little darker. It was a lot of action scenes, stuff like that. So maybe if you go into this new movie same way, like not expecting it's LeBron, it's not MJ, like you said, but they're still trying to portray the same story. So I'm excited as well, and I can't wait to talk to Black Italian about it and see what she's allowed to tell us. I'm really excited for that one. Also, we asked this one. This is a one we made up out of nowhere. We call it our Mount Rushmore, which makes no sense because we do 5 players instead of 4. But if you had to pick any 5 players from the NBA, WNBA, you could do both or you can do just one. Any position, any era, who would they be?
Who would they be?
You can be any position, any era.
Like just any 5 players.
Any 5 players, any position, any era, for NBA, WNBA, or you can do both.
Diana Taurasi.
The GOAT.
The GOAT, okay.
gosh.
She's still a free agent. It's crazy. Go ahead.
Diana Taurasi, Michael Jordan. I love
Okay.
that. Magic Johnson.
Okay. Her Magic in a while.
Okay. Well, she's a point guard, so.
Oh yeah.
But Magic
Magic,
Johnson, an all-around player. Like
He is. He is.
what he this is hard.
What about a big? What about a big?
A big Anthony Davis.
Whoop whoop.
Okay.
Oh my god. I've
You're
seen
just so
that man
excited. I love
play.
it.
I've seen that man play live. 60 points.
Wow. There you go.
Mm,
No
80.
one more.
And another big.
Could be a big or. Could be
Oh, I loved watching her play Lisa Leslie.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Nope. Before the
Oh,
go.
Lisa Leslie.
I loved
Yes.
watching her play.
Yeah, we just talked about it on our other sports show, Triple B 2.0, a couple weeks ago. We're like, man, Lisa Leslie could totally be a coach for any WNBA or NBA team right now. I would love to see that. So
Well, didn't she win Coach of the Year or for the Coach of the Year for the Big Three?
I believe so for Big Three, yeah. I missed the Big Three.
I know, me too. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, but it's gonna happen. We always talk about we really back Becky Hammond on this show. Like, I want her to get the Spurs job so bad. I don't want her to go anywhere else. When Pop leaves, that's hers. I want her to get it. Yeah, women are. You guys are taking over sports. It's happening right now. I got one more silly question. You get a blank check to play anywhere, any WNBA team right now. They hand you a blank check. Where are you going and why?
Well, I definitely want to Sparks because I want to
We
stay
need
in
people
LA.
now.
Like
Okay.
I don't see myself living anywhere else but Los Angeles.
Okay.
Okay.
Especially right now, it'd be perfect time because we lost Candace and we lost Chelsea.
Chelsea Gray.
That
He
one hurt.
played at the Drew League.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Wait, didn't Odyssey Sims play in the Drew League also? If I remember, Odyssey Sims.
Oh, I a while, right? I don't know. I'm not
I'll go.
100% sure, but I've heard that from a rumor. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Cool. I got just one more question. And then we can either close out, or if these guys have one final thing, we can jump into that. If you're not doing basketball, if you were not hooping right now, what would you fall back on? Would it be business? Would you want to do another sport maybe? If not basketball, then what?
What would I be doing?
Yeah, what's another passion you have that you would love to do?
Well, I'm gonna start going to acting classes. So I'm gonna do acting school and do acting stuff. So that's
Okay.
What genre is your fave? I used to be in drama club for a long time. What's your genre? Your go-to genre for anything? Or are you just open for whatever?
I'm open to
That's an actor's answer
any
right there.
opportunity they give me. They want me to play any role, I'll be that role.
There it is. That's what an actress would say.
I actually see her in a comedy movie.
I love it. I could totally see you in a comedy.
I could totally see her in a comedy.
Oh, hello, honey, I do for you.
Yeah.
I'll be a nail lady. I will do that. What? I'll be like, hello,
Yeah.
honey, you come here. I do for
Because
you.
Jen has this funny personality that's just
I'm feeling that.
cracking me up.
Yeah, me
Do you
too.
feel that? Yeah.
I felt it. Yeah.
And I feel like she could pull some pranks too in a movie too.
Oh no. Yeah.
My dream would play a superhero, but
Cool.
I feel like that's never gonna happen.
Okay, so who's your go-to superhero right now? This is the one you
Mm,
like. This is my
I
favorite.
love
right here.
Black Panther.
Okay. Oh,
That movie always gets me. Man,
Black Panther is a pretty good movie.
yeah,
how do you
when Chadwick died, that oh my gosh,
I hit a lot.
God bless his soul.
it hit me just as much as Kobe hit me. It was just like, yeah, that really was sad. But Black Panther was a great movie, and I loved him as a superhero. I loved him what he did to the community,
Uh-huh.
how he affected the community so much. So yeah,
And the fact that he did all that while suffering with what he had and just
right.
kept it under wraps, as long as he did, is amazing.
Yeah, so you never know what anyone's going through.
Mhm.
And
Absolutely.
it's crazy, like you could be a billionaire and just like Steve Jobs, like, he had, I think it was $100 million yacht, and he passed away and he never even set foot on that yacht.
Wow.
So it's just like all the material things, they do not matter once you're.
It's true. It's true. Well, that's what I always tell people, like when I work at Angel Stadium, is like, oh my God, I saw Mike Trout. I saw this. I'm like, yeah, when you go to talk to him, if you get the chance to talk to him, don't treat him, you can treat him as an athlete. I always say that on this show too, when we interview you guys. Yes, they've done really cool things that you probably either haven't done or never will do, but they're people too. They're dads, their moms, their sisters, their brothers, just you got to treat them as humans, and they'll give you a better response. And I like that, the way that you are the way you are. Like George said, I felt that vibe when we started talking. You're just positive, you're funny, you're silly. I like it. I like it. It fit in perfect with the group.
She's that girl that really loves to have people around her.
Yeah. She's definitely a people person. I love
whenever we have a bad day, let's all hang out with Maiden.
Yeah, we're gonna hit it Maiden.
Yeah, we're just gonna hit a Maiden. Just go to Maiden.
There you go.
Maiden will make you happy.
Yeah, because nothing's worse than going out, like if you see, well, we can't do it now obviously, but you're in a restaurant, you see your favorite actress or your favorite celebrity, you go to say hi or can I just get a quick autograph, and they just like shun you off. But then you get someone like Gabriel Iglesias who like welcomes it. Mike Trout who does it, how Kobe used to be. So keep that up. I think that's an awesome mentality you have. I love your personality. I love your mentality. I love the fact that you are involved in your church. I love the fact that you are as close to your son as you are. Don't ever lose that. I'm pretty much out of questions except for my final square question. Does anybody else have anything before we hit final squares? No?
Oh yeah, I do.
You got one more? Okay, go ahead.
So Maiden, who's the player that you pen your game after? Like it could be a WNBA player or an NBA player that started your basketball career.
Any player on the bench.
There you go.
Like a 6-man, like a Jamal Crawford, or I don't know.
I'm so sorry. I don't know because I don't even think I'm that good.
Stop it. She's downplaying it. She's
I saw your 3-point video.
Yeah, I saw your 3-point video too.
I think I'm a decent player, but I don't know. That's a hard question. Sorry.
You go with the bench people. There's a lot of good 6 men, 6 women out there. All right. Coach is laughing down there. He knows something we don't. So
she knows that Jen is
laughing about
Lou Williams.
Okay.
There you go. Okay.
There you
Sweet
go.
Lou. Lemon pepper Lou.
Yeah.
Lou Williams.
Different type of what?
The chicken wing guy.
You're killing me, George. I'm literally out of breath.
The lemon pepper.
Wow. That's just wow. I told you we're a bunch of goofballs here. I love it. Well, if nobody else has anything besides George's chicken wing thing, we're gonna do what's called final squares, Maiden. This is where we just do our last question, kind of like Jerry Springer's final thought back in the day. I'll do mine, and then we just go until we're done, and we'll close out. And then if you want to stick around a little bit after, we can BS a little bit. If not, we'll have this mixed down by 3:00 on youtube.com, All Sports Media Team, and you can send it to all your friends and family. So, like I said, your vibe is awesome. I felt that vibe the minute you came here. I have one final question, and it is another deep one. If you were allowed to go back in time and change anything at all about your basketball career, what would it be and why?
Basketball career, okay. I feel like should have started basketball earlier.
Okay.
If I end up, playing at the age of 3, I would have learned more and be more experienced. So okay. I think not being a late bloomer.
Late bloomers are awesome. We got a lot of late bloomers that we've talked to.
Oh, I heard. Yeah.
So, okay, cool. Good answer. Doc, go for it.
Well, that was actually going to be my question, but...
Sorry. I never asked that question. I'm sorry.
Well, another one. Let's see. I was also going to ask, what would be the most important qualities that you would like to instill into Jaden, your son? Like,
Ooh, that's good.
what, as a man, like when he becomes a man, you know, from everything that you've experienced, like, what do you think is the most important qualities for a man to have that you would want your son to have?
That's a great question. And I think, like, you know, when Jaden's dad left me, when I told him I was pregnant, and he completely left, until today, he has no contact and never seen Jaden. I think the main thing was, like, as a man, you need to own up to your responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Just that's because you're a man and you have to own up to your responsibility. And you know, being a man, you have to actually treat a woman right and really respect women, because, you know, dating Jaden's dad, like, we were in a full relationship and I didn't know he had a fiance the whole time.
Wow.
So
Wow.
It's horrible. I'm not gonna get started because we'll be here another hour if I start. I just know I despise, with a capital D, I despise any man who treats a woman with disrespect. And you could tell George and G, we were on our sports show last night. I blew up about Chad Wheeler of the Seahawks, choked out his girlfriend last night or a couple nights ago, and he got fired, arrested, released. And I'm like, this guy should be banned forever. You know, I no respect. I have zero tolerance for that shit, for that stuff. I can't do it.
So yeah,
So
respecting women.
Ricky's rants.
Oh, Ricky's rants. Yeah, not on this show. This show's a little more professional. So, but no, I do apologize that you did have to go through that. But honestly, I was like I hear on like TikTok and stuff, I see a lot of videos of girls who have been in hashtag abusive relationships, hashtag domestic, stuff like that. And the fact that you guys come out with your stories and you guys come out and tell other girls, you know, they know that there's hope, that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It sounds cliche, but it's the truth. And it makes you the stronger person you are. And you will make your son into an actual man, into someone who will be there for his wife, for his kids, for his family, for his job, for his God, you know, and you're going to instill that into him. And I respect the hell out of you for that. So please keep that up and do not ever drop any of those qualities.
Thank you.
With that said, go ahead, George.
Maiden Jen, home of the valley. I'm joking. But anyway, so my final question is: we had T, we had KK Gets Buckets, we had Gianna, we had Deja Vu, and we had Miss Tatted Buckets on our show. So with that, who would you want us to interview, like in the future? Which female hooper would you want us to interview? And
like, what?
Like any female hooper.
Who do you think we should bring in?
Anybody that we should bring in?
Just anybody. Like, they have to be famous? No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Anybody.
Anybody?
Well, Nikki's a good one. Nikki Monquez.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she'll be a good one that you could interview. Or Cookie.
I was gonna say Cookie. You mentioned her a lot. Okay.
Because I'm always on set with her every day. And we carpool every day.
I've seen videos.
I'm with her.
You guys are just straight up hilarious.
Okay.
But, yeah, Cookie or Nikki Monquez, they're two of my girls that got great testimony as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Really noted. Definitely we'll write that down. We were originally only we're on like a 2-month journey of female hoopers, interviewing female hoopers. We did about 29 episodes with the guys, and then we jumped into we were like, hey, let's do some female hoopers. That'd be really cool, and it'd be good to motivate, the female ballers out there in the world right now and the young females. And it's actually been really, really cool. And I think we're gonna have to extend, which is great. We'll probably have to go through March, which is awesome. So okay, I'll definitely keep that in mind. All right, Coach, go ahead and close us out.
Yeah, I don't know if I really have a question, but yeah, just talking about the drama that we had early in the season. The first couple of weeks, I was like, why am I here? This isn't what I'm about, or this isn't what P4E is about. And I was like, I was coaching the guys in a pro-am. So I'd go coach the females first and then go to the guys. And I was like, I just need to stick to the guys game. because I don't have to deal with this drama. And then, but I'm saying that because Gianna, who was on the interview, and Keisha, pretty much those three probably kept me around. And then we worked through some things, and I'm glad I stayed because, you know, all the girls became, you know, a group and a real team by the end, and that's why we had success. But Jim and, you know, Keisha and G were the three that really kept me around. And I'm glad I did because, you know, just hearing that Jen is involved or getting involved with Shepherd and, you know, coming back and getting tighter and closer to God, like, you know, with her fast and everything and social media cleanse, that it's amazing. Just hear Keisha's testimony of getting baptized last year after we, you know, our season, and her and T both getting involved with P4E. And I'll definitely want you guys, you know, Jen and Doc, to get involved because we're going to have a P4E women's program also coming up once we can. There'll definitely be a females league and a female pro-am team that I want to start. So yeah, just keep that in mind, pray about it. You know, definitely get Nikki connected with Ricky. You know, Nikki would be a great guest, I think. After, you know, getting hurt, and she got hurt against us, our game, and she was just about to go play pro too, which was the saddest part. But she's amazing. But yeah, you know, Jen, just keep going on, and you know, you got a P4E fan with us, and if you ever need anything, we got you.
Absolutely. How you feel hearing that, Jen? Maiden, Jen. I'm just gonna say both.
Amazing. Yeah, amazing. You guys are all amazing.
We appreciate that. So
Appreciate it.
thank you so much. So if anybody doesn't have anything else, George, you done? You good?
No, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Good. Doc?
Yeah, just thank you for being here with us and sharing your stories and letting us get to know you a little bit more. I'm happy that we got to do that.
Yeah, I'm so happy too.
And Coach? We're all good? All right. With that said, we're a little over on time, but hey, who cares? Because it was a lot of fun. We all left with smiles. We got a really cool story. Someone who started in the Philippines, came out to the States. She's done the mom thing, the business thing. She's coached. She's helping out kids all over via church, via sports. You know, she was in the Drew. She was in Basketball Beauties. She came over depression. It can be done. Please be motivated by this awesome woman over here, Maiden Garcia. Thank you so much for joining us. You made our day freaking awesome, and we appreciate you so much. And you're welcome back any time with any guest that we have. If you want to be on the panel, you're more than welcome to come join us.
Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. You know, get that bright smile, personality. It goes a long way with guests. It's good to have someone who's like vibrant and, you know, they're telling a sad story, but they're still positive about it. They're like, yeah, but this came out. This happened because of it. So do the mom thing, you know, take care of that little dude, turn him into the awesome man that you're planning on doing. You take it a day at a time, and you're
hopefully I see him in the NBA.
Yeah, we'll see him in the NBA.
That nice contract to take care of his mom.
PBA, Philippines Basketball Association.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know about that either. Okay.
Get your tiger mom on.
That's right. I love it. I love it. All right. I love it. That's awesome. Again, if you're watching this right now, it's obviously premiered. It will be premiering at 3:00 today on youtube.com, All Sports Media Team. Next week, we are going to continue our series on female hoopers, and it's probably going to extend another month, which is pretty cool. We got Fatima coming, Amen, I believe Doc, you said her last name is possibly?
Fatima Amen Ra.
Amen Ra. She is going to be with us next week, and we'll see what fun, craziness, shenanigans we can have next week, because you know how this group can get. So I love you guys. Maiden, again, thank you one last time for joining us. You're amazing. If you're out there today, it's a gorgeous day, which is crazy because it was pouring 2 days ago. It's absolutely beautiful outside. If you got kids, take them to the park, take them to the beach, go for a walk, enjoy God's beautiful nature, and just try to enjoy life as much as you possibly can right now. All right, we absolutely love you out there. Wear a mask, be safe. Peace out.
Peace.